Vegetables are healthy, candy is not, exercise is good, and daddy beats me too much. Let's cover 7 ways in which 9-year-olds know more about nutrition than 99% of obese adults. Number 1. 9-year-olds know what is healthy. 99% of the time, a little kid is going to be able to tell you what a healthy food is and what is not. And is there going to be a lot of generalizations in this video so I can get my point across in a more comedic fashion? Of course. But seriously, next time you see a 9-year-old without their parents' permission, go up to them and ask them what healthy food is and what unhealthy food is. I feel like as adults, the more knowledge we gain, the stupider we become at applying it. You need to become a little more akin to someone on the spectrum when it comes to a lot of facets in life. To lose fat, just think what a 9-year-old would think if he wanted to lose weight and then eat exactly according to what he would think is healthy. And I promise you, you will lose fat. As we age, we tend to learn more nuance to things, but nuance is the opposite of what helps us take action quickly. And with fat loss, taking action is the number one priority. And honestly, I think a lot of the time, just knowing more is a complete waste to us adults. Do you know how difficult it is nowadays for me to structure a goddamn diet now that I've read dozens of books on nutrition, watched a bunch of courses, paid for a bunch of information? Like at this point, I'm convinced that everything I eat is bad for me. Red meat is high in saturated fat. Oh, that's gonna up your cholesterol. That's not good for you. Vegetables have phytochemicals and anti-nutrients. Processed foods, too much inflammation. Seed oils, too much inflammation. Fruits, fructose is bad, and on and on. At a certain point, you just need to wipe your memory, go back to that little stupid 9-year-old kid that you once were, and just follow his ideology. Meat is good, vegetables is good, fruit is healthy, candy's bad, sugar's bad, I probably shouldn't be eating ice cream every day. Fat loss is as simple as that. Number 2, 9-year-olds stop eating when they're full. This is another habit that us grown-ups like to pick up along the way. We're told that since the age of, well, 9, that we have to finish our food because it will be a waste if we don't eat it, and there's kids in Africa who are starving for food. You little piece of shit kid. Spoiled little fuck. Eat the damn food. Okay, I need to take off my shirt. It's getting real hot, but my girlfriend watches my videos and she says she doesn't want me to be shirtless. I don't think she's watching anymore. When we're kids, we stop eating when we're full. But our parents take this million-year-old biological instinct and say, no, I know how much my kid has to eat. Instead of the trillions of cells in your body working together to produce organs that signal hunger hormones and satiety for the optimal amount of nutrients and calories for you to take in, I have decided when you're going to stop eating because I know better than your body. And you're gonna stop eating when you're done instead of when you feel satiated. And then at the age of 20, 25, 30, we wonder why we eat when we're not hungry. If you train yourself to eat when you're full, then by definition, you will never be satisfied enough. And by virtue of this, you are far more likely to just randomly snack when you're not hungry. And since you're the type of person who always finishes their food, if you start a box of ice cream, you're gonna finish the box of ice cream. And now instead of only getting like 200 calories and 1 or 2 servings of ice cream, you finish the damn box and you're like 2,000 calories in the hole. I wonder who's speaking from experience here. I wonder who. Number 3, 9-year-olds treat food as food. So my mother says this thing that gets on my nerves all the damn time. She says I need to enjoy my food and really savor it because food is much more than just fuel for your body. You need to enjoy the taste and eat slowly. But last time I checked, I am in better shape than she has ever been in her entire life. So checkmate. I hope she doesn't see this video because she's gonna beat my ass. But seriously, why do 9-year-olds just eat for the sake of eating? Why does every military boot camp force you to eat quick? Why do busy and successful people see food as a distraction that they just need to get out the way? That's because biologically, food is just fuel. You get it in and you keep on living your life. But modern society has flipped food into some type of weird psychological celebration that now everybody has to follow. The further our society goes on, the more food traditions and superstitions we pick up along the way. And is it a coincidence that the further society progresses, the fatter we all get too? I don't think so. I really don't think I've ever seen a 9-year-old get food, put it down, slowly savor it, take in all the aromas, talk to their parents a little bit in between, sip some tea, scroll their phone. No, they quickly eat the food, get up, burp, and go on with the rest of their day. We place too much emotional value on a little piece of carbon that we eat that fuels our body, and I think that comes to more of a detriment than a positive. And I know it sounds wholesome. Take your time, eat slowly, savor the food. But I promise you, these type of people always have trouble losing weight. It's the people that don't care too much about food, they don't care too much about flavor, they see food as nutrition that needs to fuel their body. Those are the people that lose weight. It's fat people who correlate food with some type of grand purpose. Every athlete I know sees food as damn calories and macros, and the more clean I can make it and the less of that shit I have to eat to achieve my goals, the better that is. Number 4, 9-year-olds don't see food as a reward. Similar to the previous point, but I think this merits its own point. 9-year-olds will reward themselves with less destructive behaviors. They go play Lego, they finish their homework, and then they go play Minecraft. What do us adults do? After a long day of work, we come home. Oh, fucking finally, I worked 8 hours. I deserve a beer to lay on the couch and watch some damn TV, dopamine stack, alcohol, plus junk food, plus television, bro. But really think about it. How many times have you seen a kid ask for a food reward when they're done their homework? And if you can't answer this question and you know a few kids like this, then let me explain exactly why they ended up this way. Because we are not born to really crave food as a reward for doing something major. You see, there are fat ass parents who train their kids like Pavlovian dogs and feed them candy whenever they do something good. These kids then associate reward with junk food, and then for the rest of their lives, whenever they finish something important, they will have a subconscious drive for food. This is how this food reward is born. And damn, now that I say it out loud, it's kind of dark. Number 5, 9-year-olds don't drink their calories. Now, unless the parent introduced the child to liquid calories, as old cavemen, we never had access to such things. Drinking calories is a modern invention, and for millennia, we never had access to drinkable calories. Everything was just pure, solid, chewable food, which actually took time to chew, it took energy to chew, and it allowed time for our bodies to actually signal satiety hormones to tell us that we're full. The older we get, the more we are exposed to these various different forms of liquid calories, anything from smoothies to fruit juice to sodas and to coffee. 9-year-olds inherently know that most of these things are bad. But as adults, we make up our own excuses and justifications to why we should be allowed to drink these things. Oh, but the coffee that I drink that has 500 calories and 60 grams of sugar actually helps me focus in the morning. Yeah, okay, lady. I know that you're the CEO of Brain Function and Nootropics, but last time I checked, it was pure black coffee, fasting, and or just caffeine pills that make you really focused. Not the huge inflammatory brain fog insulin spike that you get from your morning ice cream that maybe looks a little bit like coffee. You get the point. Drinking calories is something that skinny and anorexic people do to put on weight. Drinking calories is a medical treatment for hospitalized patients who have low appetite. I mean, if you are drinking your calories, you're basically asking to get fat. You are asking for the universe to plunge you with all of the calories. Oh God Almighty, give me all the calories and make sure I never get hungry. Make sure I never feel satiated. Just fucking fist my ass with all the calories you can and give me no hunger signaling. This is how I see fat people who still drink sodas, still drink fruit juice. Like, if you're telling yourself that fruit juice is healthy, for the love of fucking God, check what the label says and compare it to a real fucking fruit. These people piss me off. The ones that drink calories are the worst out of the whole bunch. If you're fat and you're drinking anything but water, black coffee, unsweetened tea, and fucking diet soda, then I'm not gonna rant. Breathe. Okay. Look, if you're drinking calories, then why not just go all the way and IV drip yourself nutrients straight into your veins? Because that's the logical next step. Then you don't have to eat at all. I mean, with all the smoothies and fucking slim shakes and all these fruit juices that fat people usually drink, you're already eating 99% like a hospitalized car burn victim. So why not just like plunge all the way and start injecting yourself with IV nutrients? Number 6, 9-year-olds do activities they like. Since this is a weight loss video, I do have to sneak in one thing about extra fries. I mean exercise. Shout out to all my Facebook moms. You see, as we grow up, we're told that we need to do this exercise or this specific cardio type to lose weight. We all go through phases of trying the bullshit that people recommend to us and failing. But what does a little retard 9-year-old do? They go outside to play and ironically they lose 10 times the amount of weight as some fat ass adult who's jogging beside him on the road. Look, a nice takeaway that you can get from this point is just find exercises that you enjoy doing. And most importantly, make sure they don't feel like exercise to you. Something like going out for hikes or playing basketball can be just as good cardio as going out for runs every single day. Now, if you enjoy actually going to the gym, getting on the cardio machines and cranking it out there, then don't knock those exercises either. Personally, I enjoy them, so you're never gonna catch me playing basketball. I think that sport's a little gay, but I'd rather, go on the treadmill and get in my cardio. If you find a cardio method that first and foremost feels like play, it will never be difficult for you to stick to that cardio method. And another thing that I've learned from the oh so smart 9-year-old brain is that you have to psychologically switch the reason as to why you're doing cardio. So let me tell you a little parable about 3 bricklayers, and don't worry, this will all make sense in the end. A man saw 3 bricklayers. One was crouched, one was half standing, and one was standing tall, working very fast. The man came up to the first bricklayer and asked him, "What are you doing?" He replied, "I'm a bricklayer. I'm working hard, laying bricks to feed my family." The man went to the second bricklayer and asked him, "What are you doing?" He replied, "I'm a builder. I'm building a wall." And finally he came to the third and most productive bricklayer, and he asked him, "What are you doing?" His reply, "I'm building a cathedral." How the fuck does this relate to 9-year-olds and fat loss? Well, look, when you see a fat guy struggling to run and you ask him what he's doing, he will tell you that he's running. He's trying to lose weight. But when you ask a 9-year-old kid why he's running, he's gonna say that he's playing tag with his friends. When you ask an athlete why he's running, he'll say he's preparing for a fight. What I've found is that finding any sort of higher purpose for the reason as to why you do cardio will turn you more into the cathedral builder type of bricklayer versus just the regular old bricklayer. Number 7, 9-year-olds don't drink alcohol. Now this is a bit of a wild one, but I really do not think you understand the significance alcohol plays on how fat people get. Do you really think it's a coincidence that when people reach drinking age, only a few years after they reach it, they usually get to their most fattest physique that they ever have been in their entire lives? Like, think about it. Most people start drinking at around the age of 20, and by 25, there is a huge separation of the people who drink alcohol versus who don't drink alcohol. You see, not having access to alcohol protects the 9-year-old child from so many damn causes of obesity. Alcohol itself not only is super high in calories, but it also stops turning the food that you eat into available energy and instead stores it all as fat. Since alcohol is a literal poison, any food that you eat intoxicated or shortly in the period after will not get burned off. You see, when you take in food, your organs will immediately prioritize taking the alcohol out of your body instead of digesting the food properly and sending all the nutrients to where they have to go. The liver does not want to make all of its fancy hormones when alcohol is destroying your body. First and foremost, it will take care of the poison and then it will store everything as fat, and then you will have to take care of that through cardio or something. Alcohol will also lower willpower, not just for the day that you're hungover, but for generally a week afterwards. If you track your health, if you have any type of sleep tracker, you'll know exactly what I mean. It takes a week or 2 weeks to actually recover from a night out. It will destroy your body, destroy your brain, destroy your goddamn organs, and also not allow you to grow as much muscle if you are the type of person who wants to put on some size. You see, a 25-year-old and a 9-year-old can eat the exact same diet in proportion to their weight, of course, but if the 25-year-old drinks, everything else being equal, they will be like 2 times more likely to be obese compared to the 9-year-old, or God forbid, any age person who doesn't consume alcohol. Now look, I've said some things that might get me in trouble legally, but I stand by my words because it is the goddamn truth. Do not let the government control what drugs you put in your body. Just because alcohol is legal does not mean it's the least toxic drug. There is a plethora of GABAergic substances that affect the exact same receptors as alcohol, will literally have you feeling the exact same without any of the downsides. Look into it, because this one goddamn tip from this video, if you take away this one thing, it may save you decades of your life. If you found this video helpful and you trust me enough, press the first link in the description and join our community. There you will find courses on weight loss, nutrition, and muscle growth that will fast track your journey to success.